People who you meet in life, you don't just meet by accident. You meet them for a purpose. Therefore, we should learn to treat people with the highest level of respect, because you do not know who that person is going to be in the future and what that person is going to be, or whether you'll need that person in the future. I learned a great lesson the other day when a friend of mine, who's now been a friend, I met them a good 10 years ago. But in terms of business, they opened up such a great door for me and Pro Air because of the relationship that we had. And most of the time, we're looking at what we can immediately gain from people. And just because somebody is a waiter or a security guard or at low level management, we want to judge people for who they are. Let's not judge people by what they are and who they are. And you'd rather prefer to hang out with the most successful people, and you don't spend time or talk to people who are at a lower level, because you do not know that most of the treasures that are destined for you are hidden in people. And this friend of mine opened up a great door for me, very great business deal. And little did I know that many years ago, when we started talking and I began to speak into his life and telling him, he can be better and bigger. And at that time, he was working for somebody, and now he's running his own thing. And he just mentioned my name and he highly recommended me. And because I gave my time to him then, the reward was far more than just the conversations we had and the way I treated him. And so many people want to think that, because you're at a certain level, you become big, you don't relate, you don't talk to people. And I always give the example of one of the biggest orders I got 3 years into Pro Air, where I met this guy who was dressed in an overall, and he came to the car and he said, "Hi." I was driving a branded Pro Air car, and he came to me and said, "George, I need air conditioning. Do you have a card?" He actually didn't know my name. He's like, "Do you have a card so I can get in touch with you?" And because I had judged this person because they were wearing an overall and they were looking dirty, I thought to myself, do I really need to give this guy my card? And that guy went on to, call me the next day. "Hi, that guy you met, I need to get some aircon units. Are you able to come through to the house in Chisipiti?" And because of the way I judged him, I thought this guy wasn't serious. I didn't go that day. The next day he called again and he said, "Hi, could you kindly please come? My boss is nagging me." And because at that time I thought to myself, what do I have to lose? Let me go. I went there and got to the place. I saw this huge double-story house and got there, and then the guy was there dressed in, the construction attire. And he says, "You know what, you guys are going to get me in trouble." Just like, "What is it?" And that second, the boss drove in a very nice Mercedes. And he's like, "These are the aircon guys. Why have they not started?" And I was like, then he said, "Quickly do a quotation." Did our quotation. Gave him the quote there and then, because at those days, we used to move with our quotations in the car. And he gave us an immediate 70% deposit. And this was quite a lump sum of money. And I could have missed that opportunity because I judged this guy. And I actually had to, apologize to this guy. And obviously I had to buy him a drink and so, to apologize, to say, "You know what, I am sorry I judged you by appearance." And that was one of, the greatest lessons I learned about judging people. So as you live your life, don't look down upon people. Do not judge people by appearance. Rather get to know the person. And when I got to know that boss, he then referred me to a lot of his other properties and so. And we've done so many air conditioning projects for them. But the lesson here, and he said to me, "George, I don't have time to go and look for quotations and stuff." So I sent this guy. He's my right-hand guy. The following day after we finished, this guy was driving a very nice, simple C-Class Mercedes. But when he's on the site and he's on construction, he has to drive around using the bakkie, and he has to get dirty because he's also part of the site development. So I learned a lesson that don't judge people by appearance. Rather get to know people. You do not know who you are talking to. You do not know who they know. Every security guard knows somebody. Every person who you look down upon knows somebody who has the keys to the thing that you want. So the way you treat people will really affect where you go in life. Treat people with love, with respect. And I can guarantee you, with a friend of mine, it took 7 years, and it's been great, the return on investment for just being open, real, and loving somebody. So let's love one another. Let's learn to not judge people. Don't think because you are so big, the person down there doesn't matter. Be humble. Humble yourself, and you'll be surprised at how those people will lift you up. There are many places that I go to, and with what I do with Pro Air, where I go and the security guards will tell me, "Hi, it was another air conditioning company, but we don't want them to do. We want you to do this, that, and the other." And they give you intel. So you know what? The more you talk to people, and the more you look at people like human beings and not like second level or less superior to you, the more you create a relationship with them, and that will be so beneficial to you, to treat people with the highest level of respect. Yo, it's your boy George Billionaire. I just thought that I would share that with you. Let's, in 2020, speak to people, respect people. Don't think you're better than anybody else. Humble yourself. Don't think because you're the boss you don't talk to the sweeper. Hear what's going on in people's lives and be there for them, and you'll be so surprised that the person you're speaking to could be the future governor, future president, future CEO, future decision maker in exactly what line of business you are in. And because of the way you treated them when they were down and out, they will always forever be burdened to making sure that they repay that favor. God bless you. Have an awesome, amazing day. Remember, in every single thing that you do, always put Elohim, God Almighty, first. God bless.